We're about 2 blocks away from the Biltmore Hotel. This is the closest we can get right here. You can see police have Green Street blocked off. Right here, this used to be an old hardware building. You can see parts of this metal roof here used to be on top of that building. The business actually removed their windows and just put up these boards just in case. They didn't know what was going to happen last night. Within the next 30 minutes or so, he's expected to hit the stage around 5:30. But like you said, lots of people already inside the venue. Ernie Wittenborn, the chairman of Guilford County's Republican Party. Ernie, you just let out a really loud thrill. The clown sightings have been random near parks, playgrounds, and in wooded areas near homes. This was a small fire contained to one classroom. Bus shelters like the one I'm standing under right now are up and ready all throughout the city. There was none of what we saw Tuesday night or Wednesday night with the rioting or the looting. What I do see out here this morning is several security officers outside of different businesses. We see one security officer outside of the Charlotte Center right here, and then across the street we see another security officer outside of the Bank of America, which you guys just mentioned will be closed for a second day.
Give us all your money, otherwise we will shoot you in the head.
Those were the instructions shouted at Amir Habib last Monday when police say 2 teens robbed his convenience store at gunpoint.
Within few seconds, I saw them coming in.
Habib owns Weeks Grocery on Barn Street in Reedsville, where police say 2 males dressed in dark hoodies and bandanas stole about $400.
I just opened the register and gave him all the money, whatever I had.
It happened so fast, Habib didn't have time to get his gun or pepper spray.
If something happens quickly like that, I mean, what can you do except calling police,
The store is one of 3 businesses robbed at gunpoint in the past 8 days.
This is surveillance video from the second robbery, which happened Monday night at the Minute Mart about a half a mile away. The latest robbery happened just hours later, Tuesday afternoon at Quick Cash Pawn Shop.
Within 8 days and you had 3 incidents just like this, it's crazy. I mean, it's just gotten to a point. It's ridiculous.
Police say one suspect involved with the first robbery was arrested Tuesday afternoon. Lieutenant Shannon Coates doesn't believe the 3 incidents are related and is urging workers at convenience stores to keep watch.
Common sense and whatever they're asking for, give it to them. Don't try to fight them. Don't try to take anything in your own hands.
Just protect yourself and your customers.
Jennifer Strickland Stacy says this has happened 5 times in the past month by the same boy. But what's making her even angrier has been what she says is a lack of action and a lack of response from the school.
It was just gory. His face was bloody.
Some of the swelling has gone down, but 13-year-old Skylar Stacy still has a few bruises.
He has all this on his nose. He has this. I'll take this off. And all of this. And then he has fractures all in here.
Skylar is an 8th grader at Archdale Trinity Middle School. His stepmother, Jennifer Strickland Stacy, got a call from the school on Tuesday saying Skylar fell, but she says she got a different story when she showed up.
I found out that my son didn't fall. My son was shoved by the boy that had been bullying him. The boy shoved him face first into the pavement.
Strickland Stacy says since last month, Skylar has been attacked by the same bully at least 5 times, mostly on the school bus.
The first incident was where he poured water on my son. The second incident, he took my son's cell phone. The third incident, he spit in his face and shoved him. The fourth incident was where he repeatedly smacked my son in his face.
Strickland Stacy says the bully was removed from riding the bus, but that didn't last.
3 days later, he was back on the bus.
She says she's reported each incident to the school, but gets the same response.
That's the only answer I got. They would handle it.
Worst of all, she says since the bullying started, Skylar hasn't been himself. He's been quiet, not even wanting to speak during the interview.
It's awful to have to see his face like this because usually he is so happy.
The superintendent for Randolph County Schools sent this statement to Fox 8. The school system is currently investigating this situation and will address it appropriately. However, I am not able to comment on any confidential information involving a student. Strickland Stacy says from now on, she'll take Skylar to school herself.
He'll not ever ride a bus, ever again.
And Strickland Stacy says she's also looking into homeschooling as an option. She's reported the incidents to the Randolph County Sheriff's Office. Katie?
She was our role model. She was very kind, very loving.
Fannie Thompson is remembering her sister, Dr. Josephine Boyd Bradley.
She loved books. She loved getting an education.
Sitting in the auditorium of Grimsley High School, Thompson thinks back to nearly 60 years ago when her sister was the first African American to integrate the school.
The biggest word I've heard her use in describing that was fear or being scared.
Bradley went to the school from 1957 to 1958 when it was called Greensboro Senior High School and was all white. Bradley was the only African American among nearly 2,000 students.
There was no one else that looked like her, so she didn't feel very comfortable.
Despite being harassed every day, often pelted with eggs, soaked in ketchup, and hearing racial insults.
She talked about the names, the remarks that people made that were very kind remarks.
Bradley graduated from the school in 1958, the first African American in the state to graduate from what had been an all-white school. She earned her PhD and was a professor at Clark Atlanta University, a legacy now captured through this exhibit in the main hall at Grimsley.
It took that kind of person to endure what she endured.
Vivian McCullough went to school with Bradley at Dudley High.
She was the smartest girl, might have been the smartest person in our class. She was the right person at that time to do what was done.
A legacy of bravery and keeping education first that family and friends want her remembered by.
She was very courageous.
In Greensboro, Kim Wynn, Fox 8 News.